What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, this super cool nerd show. Thank you for joining us out there in this super cool nerd nation for another week of nerditry, laughs, and the biggest news of the week. We're still under stay-at-home conditions, and I'd love to go out, but as my great leader, who I look to whenever I'm confused, Magneto, said, the pawns go first. Anyway, I am Jason the X, and y'all are sharing an earbud, and it's funny to me. There's Cat and Cass.
Hey, we don't have a headphone splitter.
I would like to say we are sharing headphones. We are not sharing an earbud.
That's kind of weird.
Because that would look like this.
It's
It's very uncomfortable.
Adorable. Anyway. And over there's Rick.
What up?
So,
Too sweet.
first off, how's everybody doing? We're still... has anybody ventured out? I actually ventured out with Cora and Nate for a little while on what was supposed to be free comic book day.
I've ventured out.
What'd you go do? You've ventured out too much. Have you ventured out too much? Be honest.
I mean, I've gone to... okay, so a new store opened up that is part of the Grandscape property, which is owned by Nebraska Furniture Mart, and I went to go get a bike because no one has bikes. Academy has no bikes. Dick's has no bikes. Walmart has no bikes. Target has no bikes. Everyone bought all the bikes.
I find it weird that everyone bought up all the bikes. Why?
So people can ride outside. And so I went and got a bike. It was $476, but I bought a bike. And
that's toy money to me. I really can't say anything. So.
I mean, this thing is awesome. It's like it's 7-speed, 3 gears. Like it is like 5 pounds. It's like the strong aluminum. It's amazing. I've already gone like 20 miles on it in 3 days. I took a break today because my legs are killing me, but I'm trying to look sexy for the summer. You know, gotta trim down a little bit. So I got a bike.
I have to ask, is that normal?
Is what normal?
That kind of price for even a good bike, is that normal?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's on the low end for like the good bikes. Like serious hobbyist competitors can pay thousands.
They have like $2,000 bikes in there.
Yeah, my wife had.
I get that that's like the super high end bike, but you got like a decent bike, and that was $500.
Yeah, I will put it more on the great bike side, but yeah, no, it's
okay.
Yeah,
like
and also like I could take it back to there, and they will like oil it and change the tire and all this kind of stuff for it too. So yeah, but I got a bike, and
bike is that with the real thin tires?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
My wife had a giant bike that got stolen, unfortunately, and as expensive as that thing was, I searched literally every pawn shop in Dallas. I was walking up and like, I'm Dallas police investigator, questioning like, any giant bikes come through here? I was ready to jack somebody up as expensive as that bike was, man. Heaven forbid I had found it, because it would have been some furniture moving. But anyway, Cass, have you guys been holding up?
Good. We've been staying responsible for the most part at home.
Yeah.
We went grocery shopping. We did one curbside pickup of feeding cats bad vape habit.
But no, we've stayed pretty much responsible.
Inside.
I thought that's what we were doing.
I've been out to look. I wanted to get out, and Nate and Cora and I, we masked up, which I'm enjoying wearing masks, by the way. I like this. But we went to Dallas Vintage. Very quick visits. Dallas Vintage and Madness Comics, because I needed paints, because I've been painting more. And I don't think we actually... oh, yeah, we did pick up some toys, though. I found this. It's the child. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my Yoda and Kid Yoda picture, and I'm very proud of that. But yeah, we went out for some toys and stuff, and just to get out for a little bit. We had Jack in the Box in the car, and it was a good time. We just hung out for just a little while, and maybe about an hour or two, and then we went back home. Not gonna risk it. Just not willing to risk it. There's too many people out there not observing practices. So anyway.
I have to ask, you said your wife had a giant bike. Are you talking about a penny farthing bike?
No, Giant is the
one
brand.
With the, like one little wheel and one wheel that's like this big, and you sit on top of the giant wheel.
Giant is a brand of bike, and it's very, very expensive. Like I said, I was out searching pawn shops in Dallas. I mean, I practically was putting people up, not putting them up against the wall, but really getting close to pawn shop owners, like just bluffing them. That thing was expensive. Huh?
If you said that you owned a penny farthing bike, my respect for you would have shot up.
Well, no, I wouldn't. What is this, the 1950s or something? I don't know. What is this?
Early that, I think. I think that's like 1890s.
Oh anyway, all right. Well, I hope you guys out there are holding up and staying safe under these conditions. I know they say everything is opening in Texas. I'm still just waiting before I proceed with anything normal yet. But with cons and movies being canceled, and SDCC is canceled. I'd like to point out that last weekend I was supposed to be seeing Black Widow. Nope.
This was the first May since 2007 that we did not have a Marvel film come out.
It hurts my damn heart.
13 years.
It was a good run while it lasted. But anyway. All right, guys, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. All right, so movie news starting off. Okay, while there's no new movies releasing, there is one in particular that has a very, very special place in my heart, and that is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movie. Now, we are approaching this month the 30th anniversary of that movie, and also, damn, 30 years? Has it really been 30 years? Anyway, sorry. Well, one of the stars of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Judith Hoag, who played April O'Neil, and is also still really pretty, I want to point that out. Also one of Jason's first crushes. Just saying. She was trying to keep quiet about this, but she will be hosting a 30th anniversary watch party for the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. She has a video out on YouTube, which I'm going to link to in the description below. But as it is being described as the ultimate stay-at-home pizza party, she will be basically, and it's going to be a virtual reunion of people that were in the movie as well. Excuse me. She was inspired by Kevin Eastman, who's one of the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He did an online watch party of his own commemorating the movie. So she's wanting to do her own. I know the guy that played Raphael, he actually lives in our city, so hopefully he'll be joining. But yeah, it's going to be a virtual party. Key players from the movie, it's on May 23rd. If you go over to our YouTube channel, you can find more. It's going to be presented on Zoom, so go ahead and download Zoom if you haven't already for any reason. But yes, the original 1990 TMNT movie, big watch party. You can best believe I'm going to be there. Let me see. There's going to be Elias Koteas, who played Casey Jones, James Saito, who played the Shredder. All four Turtles will be there. Brian Tochi, Corey Feldman, Josh Peiss, and Robbie Rist, and some other stars as well. So yeah, I'm very happy about this because I recently introduced my children to the magic of the original TMNT movie, and they loved it.
What do they think? Good.
And
okay, so serious question.
What?
Okay, I watched the movies when I was a kid, but I've been watching them a long time. Was Super Shredder first or second?
Second.
Okay, cool. So that's the Kevin Nash.
That was
one.
Kevin Nash. Yes, popular wrestler, Big Daddy Cool or Big Sexy, Kevin Nash. But that's the second movie. So the first movie, which also the better one will be. I'm very happy. I'm going to be attending the Zoom meeting and the Zoom meeting watch party. So I'm sorry I'm old. I see Cat and Castle like we don't care about this crap.
It's a great movie.
We're born. We don't care.
It's not an age thing, really. I don't think. Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was big when I was growing up. I wasn't allowed to watch them because I had super conservative parents.
They denied you
and
Ninja
they
Turtles?
heard there was swearing in the movie. So I used to ride my bike to my friend Brian Navarre's house, and we would watch it in secret. But I didn't get to see it a lot. So
I think by the time I was of an age where I could watch, where I was watching TV kind of by myself, occasionally we had a TV in the garage. I don't remember why. Somebody lived out there, maybe?
mine.
It was yours?
Yeah.
We used to watch episodes in the garage. And so, like, yeah, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it was just... I don't know. I never got to watch that movie.
You don't have to explain yourself. I was just messing with you. Anyway. So, okay, who else has something that's happening in the movie world right now?
I have a thing to do with Disney movies that I kind of wish had been around when I was a child. There is a new website with a Chrome extension that lets you skip the scary parts of Disney movies. It's called No Scary Parts website, and I gotta say, it might have given me a few, fewer nightmares from the Winnie the Pooh, Heffalumps and Woozles song, or Anastasia's not Disney, but the villain song from Anastasia. You know, maybe I would have had a couple fewer nightmares when I was growing up if this thing had existed back then. I'm actually kind of all for it. It shows up a purple bar in the movie, a purple bar where the scary part is, and it will automatically skip that part. A couple of them are having issues with children understanding the plots of these movies because some of the most important parts are the scary parts. But if you don't want to see Cruella de Vil in her car chasing somebody, then you can skip that part if you want to.
I'm definitely going to install it out of morbid curiosity to see what it considers the scary parts, because in my adult life I have identified that I'm much more likely to be triggered by things that scare me that are audio, like tones of things or how songs are sung or whatever, than I am the actual visuals on the screen. I'm just curious.
So the Robin Hood moment.
Yeah, like my mom thought I was scared of the Sheriff of Nottingham and the Robin Hood cartoon when I was young, but I wasn't. There's a bell chime that set me off. Like it's a moment in Robin Hood. He goes, "We have to rescue him," or whatever, or Friar Tuck dies at dawn, and there's a really creepy bell tower sound after it. And in my very young days, I could not identify or explain what it was about that part that scared me. So my mom thought I was scared of the big cartoony, whoa, look at
We should be
here.
sparing our children these scary incidents. No, we should not. Look, I had Transformers the movie when I was a kid when they killed Optimus Prime, and my kids had Infinity War.
Right, but there's a difference between your kids watching certain scary parts of movies and all that, and some children who are having nightmares and getting insomnia from not being able to sleep because of some of these parts. Like, it's different for every child. So I'm very, very much grateful for this.
I mean, I'll admit, my daughter
maybe if I hadn't seen that part in Snow White where the woods are chasing her, maybe I wouldn't be scared of the woods now.
You would. Spiders.
Spiders are awful.
I do think that it's interesting. Like I can identify moments in movies that were mostly innocent that did scare me, but in no way do I blame those movies. I would have had nightmares regardless.
Yeah.
Like,
although if you skip the Kill the Beast song in Beauty and the Beast, I feel like you miss a lot of plot relevant details.
and you would miss the wardrobe being like, especially
about that.
if it's Aubrey or what's her name,
All right.
Audra McDonald.
Audra McDonald. What in the remake? The remake's not good, but Audra McDonald has won all the Tonys for a reason. So
All right. Well, I guess if you got to protect your children, I guess if they're gonna,
I think it will be largely
Or-
misused by helicopter parents. Is what I
Jason,
think.
for you, what you could do is skip the rest of the movie and just have your children watch the scary parts.
there you go. I'm gonna do that.
Desensitize them and teach them about the world. They'll hate you.
I'm
but they'll be
desensitizing
stronger.
them. The world
Look
is a
at
cruel
Cruella
place.
DeVille slaughtering all the puppies. Look at
All
it.
right. Who else has some movie stuff? Come on.
Okay, hold on. It's not movies, but this I don't know all the details behind it because my laptop's being real slow right now and I can't bring up the thing. But Cass talking about the scary movie thing, skip thing, reminded me of something. So the creator of Black Mirror is not working on a season 6 right now because the world is bleak and depressing enough. So he's not currently working on a season 6 for those that are waiting on that. So
I mean,
My
that's
laptop's
fair.
being
What are you going to do? Just show live TV?
He literally said we're in a
okay, there it is.
in state.
Black Mirror creator says the world is. He said Charlie Brooker is spending time in quarantine writing material that is much more lighter than the darkness of Black Mirror. So for those that are waiting for season 6, keep waiting because it's not going to happen for a while.
I mean, that's fair. Like, we're living inside.
The darkest
A nightmare.
reality. Yeah. The
Yeah.
darkest timeline. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I had to stop watching the guy who what is his name? That won the Oscar for that movie. We watched a couple of the Korean director who won
Parasite, the Parasite director.
We watched Parasite and we watched another movie that he made, and his dystopian voice is too strong for me to handle it right now. Like,
Yeah, we watched Snowpiercer, and it
Yeah.
was just like, I can't even deal with that crap right now.
yeah, I started having some like racing thoughts and anxiety, and I was like, maybe we'll take a break and go
Maybe
to
we'll-
slasher horror for a while.
Maybe
like,
we'll chill out and watch a ghost kill everyone.
yeah, something.
Go watch The Purge. They'll help. They'll cleanse your palate.
I thank you.
We've watched them all.
All right. Let's get
Except the
this.
shows.
Let's get this train back on the tracks. Okay. Is everybody done with movies? Because everybody good with movies?
Train back.
Because I thought we could talk.
What happens if the train goes off the tracks? We all die.
Let's move on to some video games. Okay. So on the Facebook page for SCNS, I posted the latest expansion trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. It is going to be more of a cinematic version of the games. Basically, Shang Tsung, and you'll be playing as Shang Tsung mostly during the story format of it, to go back in time to retrieve a crown so they can rewrite time. And okay, it's your standard Mortal Kombat 11 trailer, but you're like, hey, where's the guest character? Who are they introducing in this one? And lo and behold, they introduced freaking RoboCop, and I am all the way in for this. It's RoboCop. Look, I was happy when they put in Spawn. I was happy in the Justice League when they put in Hellboy. This is like, what wackadoo character are they going to put in a Mortal Kombat game? The Terminator they put in the Terminator, then Spawn, and now freaking RoboCop, which I don't think we had the gameplay because I was looking for it. I wanted to see what is RoboCop's fatality. What is RoboCop's fatality? I'm sure it involves shooting. What'd you say?
Shooting.
Fatality. But I said it in the Mortal Kombat voice. What do you want from me?
I think the
Mortal Kombat.
Fatality.
Fatality!
Why do y'all have to cover your mouth to do it?
Because you
Fatality.
gotta get the reverb.
Fatality. There you go.
That's too calm.
Fatality.
I'm gonna veto
Chuck,
this.
Never mind.
section now.
Anyway, I'm happy about Mortal Kombat 11 adding in just keep squeezing the juice out of this game. So, RoboCop.
Who do you want to see next after RoboCop?
I don't know. Admittedly, when I was like, oh, for this trailer, I'll admit, I was like, oh man, it's another expansion for Mortal Kombat 11. Man, get on with this. Come on. How much more can you do? RoboCop, I'm in. I'm like Rick
They
and
can
Morty.
pretty much bring anyone in. They're not bound by any rules of the company, right?
Nope.
I want to see. What is his name? Kevin from Sin City.
Kevin or
Elijah
Ooh.
Wood's character.
Well, when you say that, I honestly wish I could see Marv from Sin
Is
City.
that
Yeah.
Is that what's his face?
Um,
Yeah.
Marv would be that would be brutal.
But Kevin, like, he's so small and little
But he
and
has no
creepy. I would
dialogue.
love to see that.
Where he has no dialogue, where Marv would at least say something cool before
That's
he offs a
true.
dude, you know?
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to see that, like, creepy, silent?
I mean, I
think
like
that's
it
really interesting.
cinematically, but I don't know how you play it.
I don't know.
That's my only thing. Is like his moveset would be.
They would
Can I
have
get-
to. They would have to do something crazy. I don't know though.
Could you give me the T1000? Give me Liquid Terminator.
That'd actually be a good choice, actually. All right, moving on. Cass, you got some big video game news this week. Something that I'm very happy about.
I do. Are you talking about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yes!
So here's the thing. So they announced Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel. And we all got very excited. And then they announced that it was a comic. And we were like, I mean, cool, but whatever. They put out a job for a technical vegetation artist, which does not
Ooh.
exist in a comic. So they basically just confirmed that we are getting Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel, the game.
They've confirmed more than that.
Sony hasn't.
They
yet.
haven't, maybe, but they have confirmed that a Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PS5 and that it will be a benchmark for how graphics are done. So, unless they're planning to re-release the OG Horizon Zero Dawn, which I don't see happening on PS5, then it's as confirmed.
Okay.
I think. I didn't know you were doing the story. That was one of mine.
So we have a job listing for Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel. So they are looking for people. So it is currently in development. Sony has not confirmed or denied even the game's existence, but we have.
I understand our responsibility as amateur journalists that we want to make sure that the story is confirmed before we go out and say that it is absolutely a certain thing. But I'm going to go ahead and say this is an absolute certain thing, and I'm getting Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Or is it Horizon 2 Dawn? Is it
Horizon. Will it be Horizon 1 Dawn,
Horizon
right?
1 Dawn?
We go from 0 to
None
1.
of these work for me. Anyway.
Or Horizon Zero, fairly early morning.
Horizon Zero Dusk will end the series. Horizon
But
Zero
yeah,
the Golden Hour.
Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite PS4 games that exists. So I'm definitely very excited about this sequel.
Yeah, I love this
I
game.
still need to finish mine.
It's absolutely stunning.
I love the first time I was able to take down one of the big T-Rex beasts. The Thunder, I forget what they were called. The Thunder something. Like the first time it was so hard, and then afterwards it got a lot easier to take it down. And I was just like, man, I got this. Oh, off with his guns, tether. Like, I got this.
I love it so much. And when you learn how to hack them, and you're like, I have power over the universe.
Them. Attack my enemies and kill them.
Exactly.
The saber-tooth tiger ones were the best ones to control, too.
I hated them so much, but yes, they were fun to control once you actually could do it.
All right, who else is up for video games? I think I got, what do I got?
I have the Lego Star Wars.
Yes.
Lego Star Wars. Where is it? Skywalker Saga. Release date October 20th, 2020. On the Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Nice.
The reveal wasn't planned, apparently. So there's no trailer yet, no new trailer yet, but an official announcement should arrive sooner rather than later since it was accidentally leaked via the official Star Wars YouTube
There's
page.
a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
I am getting that game. I'm so excited. I love the Lego games.
That was maybe among the happier leaks this week. The Last of Us Part 2, which I have not Googled since. There were a number of leaks that were apparently plot related. I have not looked at them. Don't tell me anything.
Well, we did get the trailer yesterday, and the trailer looks good.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for it. I haven't watched the trailer. I've been trying to avoid just everything, but I'm going.
It doesn't give away much. It just I get an idea of where the story is going and what Ellie's motivations are. But also, I love Ellie and Joel. Okay, and by this time they are totally father and daughter now. Okay, they are, and. I felt the love in just that little bit of the trailer, but also baby bird leaving the nest. That's, like you ain't going nowhere. But it's Joel, so he's really understanding. I can't wait for the game. Only a month away.
Yep.
So June 19th.
Super excited.
Can't wait. Yeah.
Well,
What?
they say a month away, but we'll see what happens.
I think by now it's a little late to say it's delayed now, but
What do you think?
also in Star Wars news, just a quick hit since Kat was bringing up Star Wars. Taika Waititi is going to be directing a Star Wars movie.
So is Robert Rodriguez.
Well, he's directing of The Mandalorian.
That's right. Mandalorian.
And Christy Wilson Cairns will be co-writing it with him. So this makes me very happy. So. What madness are they gonna? I think who was it? J.J. Abrams. He said, "I can give you 10 guesses what they're going to write for this movie, and they will all be wrong." So congratulations, for Oscar-winning director Taika Waititi, who will be. Well, he already directed an episode of The Mandalorian, so he's part of the Star Wars family as far as I'm concerned. So.
And voice
Have y'all
character.
seen that?
He was the murder droid thing.
He was IG-11.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
It came from the same story.
I'm very happy for him. So yeah, nothing announced for the movie so far. But hey, how bad it's him. I'm happy for him.
No, I'm just
Did
saying.
y'all see the Mandalorian behind the scenes documentary they've started on Disney Plus?
Oh yeah.
No,
Cat, have you?
no, I haven't been in the mood for like documentaries about properties that I can't see anything new from for a minute. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want to watch the documentary before I watch season 2, or along with a rewatch of season 1, which I'm not ready to do quite yet. Like I'm sure it's good. I haven't watched it yet.
The first episode, they talk about all the directors and how they were like on each other's sets during the filming, so they would make sure they were like to make sure it was like all the same, like in a sense, but also with their own twist, with their own touches on it. So I highly recommend, if anyone that's watching right now, if you have not seen it, I highly recommend going and watching it, because it's the way they talk about it. It's like a bunch of little kids just like, oh my gosh, I got to work on Star Wars. It's like, yeah. And congrats to Taika Waititi. He's gonna do amazing because he already is. So, yeah.
Star Wars related, they also have finally finished off the last season of the Clone Wars, which debuted on May the 4th. And I enjoyed it. It was a good closer, but that would have had so much more impact had we not known about what happens to these characters. If they had closed out Clone Wars like that, it would have been as dark as Infinity War. Because I don't want to spoil, but the ending was just, like I kept thinking like, okay, I know what happens to these characters, but had that been it? So I really wish they had just continued that story. So it would have been so much better.
I have yet to watch it. In the next couple of months, I'm actually going to start watching Clone Wars, I think, and then Avatar: The Last Airbender once it comes on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. Never seen either one of them.
Oh yeah, not yet for that. Huh.
I'm excited. I'm excited though. These are two shows that I feel like I have missed out on until now.
Let me know when you start Avatar, because I will rewatch it with you.
Like over Zoom or something.
Yeah.
So back to video game news, as we just went way off the track. And I'm sorry for that. Kat, didn't you have something to add to video games, or do you need some more time with that?
Oh no, like it's going to be kind of a long rant, so like buckle in, but it also has a lot of content, okay?
You want to go now?
So the Vancouver Titans. Let's talk about the Vancouver Titans, okay? The Vancouver Titans are an Overwatch League team, right? They joined Overwatch League in its second season last year, and they went to the grand finals. They were a brand new team, weren't used to the league, weren't ready for the competitive environment of a professional league, and they just showed up and they started winning games. They won all their games until the first time I showed up to watch one of theirs live in Los Angeles last year. Got my signed jersey, which I have worn here tonight. And, they were a great success story. They picked up, Vancouver Titans was a roster from the tier 2 scene, right? It was Team Runaway. They had a rabid fan base. They're all Korean. And they won the tier 2 scene. Consecutive seasons. They're amazing. They lived in a team house. This becomes important later. A team house with like a dad and a mom, kind of. Two popular streamers named Runner and Flowerbin, who are married to each other. And then they joined the Overwatch League, right? And then in 2020, Overwatch League was going to localize. So people are coming to their cities that they're from, whereas last year they were all in Los Angeles. So like Vancouver would go to Vancouver, Dallas comes to Dallas, etc. So here's where things go wrong. So these are Korean players who lived in Los Angeles last year and were supposed to live in Vancouver this year. So amid the beginning of the regional plan, the virus hit, right? And so that changed a lot because it was all about live games in a sports environment this year, but we can't do that.
We won tickets to the next homestand.
Yeah, we won tickets. Cass and I won tickets to the next homestand for Dallas, and we don't know.
These are
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. These are worthless.
Yeah.
No, we have faith that they better take care of us whenever they go back to a live environment someday. But I think they will. Anyway, so we're good for the community because we cosplay at their games. That's who you want. Anyway, so they moved to Vancouver. Again, these players lived in Los Angeles last year. It is not that they aren't prepared to live in a different environment, right? Here's where stuff goes weird. So they moved into what the Aquilini family, their ownership group, calls a state-of-the-art facility, esports facility with the top trainers and chefs and blah, 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 called Adamus Esports something in Vancouver. And then the virus hit. And then the Korean players asked to go back to Korea, right? And here's where the story gets weird because the ownership group claims that they requested to go back because of COVID, because of complaints about COVID, and they wanted to be with their families and whatever, which is reasonable. But the players said that didn't happen. The players said it didn't have anything to do with COVID. And a lot of them are like, we didn't request to go home to Korea. That wasn't something that we said, right? And I want to remind you, this is a championship roster. apparently they put them in this esports facility where they had like individual rooms, which has not gone really well. And they were like very small rooms that they then couldn't leave because of the virus. And they didn't provide any kind of supporting, apparently, according to some, support structure or places where they could hang out together because they were isolated together. And it was that may have made the players ask to go home. Now, it's important to know at this point that London and New York are both also Korean rosters. They're playing from Korea. They've worked it out, right? So it is possible that they just joined what's called the Pacific Division. Except that hasn't happened. They haven't played since like February or something. This is the runner-up to the entire league last year. And now have a record of 2-2, while everyone else has played 8, 9, 10 games. And the Aquilini family announced in a passive-aggressive style press release, they dropped the entire roster. They released the entire roster. This might sound like esports shenanigans to you. It does to me, but I kind of want to remind people that Overwatch League pitched like a pro sports level experience. These players have a minimum salary, they have 401ks, they have money they can live on regardless of how the team's doing. The team are franchised.
This was supposed
buy-in
to be
was 10 to 60 million, according to
the next.
How are you going to change out your whole team mid-season?
They dropped what is factually the second best or better roster in the league.
Yeah, I'm reading the statement here, and they're saying basically all that stuff that you said other teams were able to do. That our initial plan was for the team to join the Asian division and continue to play the new schedule from the comfort of the players' homes, but it was quickly apparent that this created a whole new set of challenges. What challenges couldn't you overcome that other people could? I'm just curious, and like you said, very passive-aggressive and non-specific.
One of the challenges that they mentioned specifically was the difference in time zones. Like, you didn't know that would happen, and then what was your expectation? That they stay on Vancouver time? Like, no. There's a big difference between, like, well, Central, for instance, in Korea is 15 hours difference, I think.
So Vancouver and Korea would have been.
It depends on whether it's daylight saving time, but like, yeah, there's a huge time difference. You literally cannot work the same schedule. When I went to Korea, Cass and I talked when it was very late for her and pretty early in the day for me.
What I love about everything you said from the player's perspective and after much deliberation and conversation with the players. Sure, there were. We basically, it was a difficult decision, but both the players and management agreed that finding a new home for the players would be in everyone's best interest. You lying motherfuckers.
I'm going to go ahead and call this one the fissure curse. If you're an Overwatch League person, you would know that the Vancouver Titans are his fourth team in 3 years, and that he has major attitude problems. And he joined the Vancouver Titans, and they didn't pick up their all-star main tank. And he got to play all of 4 games before they released their entire
all-star main tank.
Yeah, I have a jersey that I got signed at their. I'm a fan of the Vancouver Titans. While I was, I have a jersey that was signed in Los Angeles last year at the esports arena for this roster. I was a fan of the team Runaway. In their pink pastel jerseys. And it's just really sad to see these players who are just the top of league players released.
I think it's also worth mentioning that almost every caster, analyst, person that works on any kind of analyzing Overwatch in the Overwatch League has said please don't let these players go to the wayside. They're some of the best players in the league.
But picking them up mid-season is going to be complicated AF. Like, it's some of them might not find new homes this year. Some of them might not ever.
Well, this is not the only problem that Overwatch League has had this year. Of course, with them signing the exclusive deal with YouTube, they've actually seen a drop in viewership with going exclusively to YouTube instead of Twitch. So, wow, didn't see that coming. So,
Well, I mean, yeah, I attribute the drop to a few things. One of them is Cass and my friends that are all-star casters weren't able to work out the differences that would have been needed to get their contracts again. Basically, not finances. They weren't listening to the esports experts who are the casters, so the casters didn't sign with them again.
Yeah.
That's part of it. There's a new team of casters. They're qualified. I like the casters. I don't have problems with them. But also, I think way more significantly, a good half of the games take place between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning, our time, because they're in the Pacific region, so they're going with times that are appropriate for China and Korea, which
Now,
makes sense.
Some people stay up for those games
Some
because
people
they're
are
already
having
up.
insomnia. Like,
No, we're watching a number of those games live, but when you have a game that starts at 3, a game that starts at 5, and then a game that starts at 2 p.m., like almost nobody's watching all of those games live.
not to mention the casts have suffered from the being North American casters or on North American time zones trying to cast at 3, 4 in the morning their time. Like, there's been a lot of reasons. I will say I like it better on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I miss the all access pass, but aside from that,
I do too, but like the replay, you can find replays and play them. And
yeah.
that is super nice.
I read an article that said that was part of the motivation for the change. It says without saying that Twitch couldn't handle the number of broadcasts that they needed to keep up. And I've seen that. I actually went back and watched games from like a couple of years ago that I couldn't ever watch because they wouldn't play them. So,
yeah, big news with Overwatch.
Lots of problems.
What?
I said just problems, lots of problems. Oh, the end note, the final note on that. They announced, I think officially, that they're picking up 5 players from Second Wind, a tier 2 team, contenders team, Caden, Shredlock, Dalton, Higgin, I think, and Rolf. Rolf is the only one I know, and I'm happy for him. But like, hopefully somebody signs these players. They're very talented.
Yeah, we'll be watching, and really troubling, but they own the team, so I guess. Anyway, moving on to some happier stuff. Let's move into some TV news. And Rick, why am I looking at this picture of the cast of Community?
Say that again.
What's with this picture of the cast of Community? That show's dead. Dead, I say.
Oh, no, it's not.
6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
It's dead.
And now, oh crap! Hold on. Sorry, my laptop's having troubles today, or it's our Wi-Fi.
Aren't you?
In the meantime, one quick note. If you are looking for something to play this weekend, Red Dead Redemption is on Xbox Game Pass starting today.
That's a
I
big
intend on downloading it very soon.
It's going to take you a little.
There we go. I got. Okay, cool. So now it's no longer 6 seasons in a movie. It is now 6 seasons in a Zoom call.
Oh,
A Zoom call?
So the cast of Community and creator Dan Harmon are reuniting for a virtual table read and Q&A in order to benefit COVID-19 relief efforts. So everybody, including Donald Glover, who left in season 5, will all get together to do a table read. So far, they've got Joel McHale. Is it Jillian Jacobs?
yes.
Or is it,
Yes.
Yeah. Danny Pudi, Yvette Nicole Brown, Allison Breed, Jim Rash, Ken Young, and Donald Glover. no word on what's his bucket.
That was going to be my question: is if
Chevy
Chevy
Chase.
Chase was coming.
They haven't. His name's not on this at all. But the table read will be shown in its entirety, along with a Q&A of fan questions on Monday, May 18th at 2 p.m. Via Sony Pictures TV community YouTube page. They are set to read Cooperative Polography, the fourth episode of season 5, which first aired January 16th of 2014. You can submit questions on social media using hashtag #community and tag @communitytv. And as part of the event, people will be asked to contribute to 2 charities: Jose Andres World Central Kitchen and Frontline Foods, both which are involved in COVID-19 relief efforts to get fresh, nourishing meals to responders working on the front lines and vulnerable communities across the country. And Sony Pictures TV will also be contributing to the charities on behalf of the community family. That's going to be going on May 18th. They've got everyone except Chevy Chase coming back for this table read, which he's not in that episode?
No, he's not. That is the episode that deals with his character passing.
Classic.
Although it's a very specific episode to choose, I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up.
Yeah.
Like that's what you would do, right? Except I wouldn't ever do something that late. I'd do one of the earlier episodes anyway and just not like bank it on Chevy Chase. But I am happy to see it happening. I think Parks and Rec started a really healthy, like, hey, we're performers, we're at home, we're gonna do a thing that you guys loved and raise some money to help. And that's a lot better than singing a song.
I will be interested if they get the guest star of that episode is actually Walton Goggins.
Oh yeah.
From Ant-Man and Justified and several other things. I'll be interested to see if they get him as well. Because he's super entertaining in that episode.
Well,
From the chat, Nina says she's okay with Chevy Chase not being there.
Yep.
We're all like, yeah.
We don't need him.
I didn't know that Chuck did something like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she said. Thank you in the chat. It's helpful.
Miss you.
so
Yes.
both Cass and Rick owe me an explanation of why there's so much Nicolas Cage in my feed for pictures this week as I'm trying to get this show together. Would y'all like to elaborate what's with, first of all, the one that you both submitted? Go right ahead. I'll let you fight over who's going to start it off.
Why don't you start, Ricardo?
So, over a decade ago, we got an awesome movie called National Treasure, where there was a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. And we all know now, if you get enough drinks in you, you will say, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. So fast forward now, it is owned by Disney. And of course, what came out last year? Disney Plus. So now Jerry Bruckheimer, who produced both the original National Treasures and its sequel, National Treasure Book of Secrets, revealed on Collider that they are doing a series now to be on Disney Plus.
I will say this is the TV adaptation that truly nobody asked for. This is wholly unnecessary. It will feature a younger cast. I don't believe we have any word on if Nicolas Cage will even do a cameo. I wouldn't be surprised if he never showed up. But I don't know. National Treasure has kind of this very odd charm that I kind of forget about until I go back and rewatch the movie. And if they pull off that kind of chaotic charm in the TV show, then I actually think it'll be pretty fun.
So I don't know how this part flew under my radar until I read this article, but he actually announced that 4 months ago that Disney is doing National Treasure 3 with the same cast. So they're doing the show with the younger cast for Disney Plus, and then they've got Chris Bremner, who wrote Bad Boys for Life. He's writing the script
classic.
for National Treasure 3. So while there's no official casting news for the movie, Bruckheimer did say it's going to be the same cast.
I'm calling it now. It's going to have something to do with a national monument being made of gold. Like the Lincoln Memorial is actually made of gold or something like that.
You know what I want to see in the TV show? I want to see them just line up a bunch of Nicolas Cage impressionists for like something that's only loosely tied into the plot.
So I will tell you right now, if when they do this movie or the show, either one, I don't care which one, but you better have Lin-Manuel Miranda in either one of those.
Oh God,
as a villain or as something.
Why?
because
Because he did Hamilton. History.
So-
It's all. I just want to see more of Lin.
What? What? Okay, I get it.
I think we all want to see more of Lynn, but I don't think you can make a case for history.
History.
It has to be in it. History.
back to some more Nicolas Cage news because I have to hear this. Rick, what else do I need to know about Nicolas Cage this week?
So he has been set to star in a scripted series centered on none other than Joe Exotic. That is right. Nicolas Cage will play a fictional version of Joe Exotic, who, for those who have not seen it, Tiger King. It is going to be 8 episodes being produced by Imagine Television Studios and CBS Television Studios as well. It will be based on the Texas Monthly article, Joe Exotic, A Dark Journey into the World of a Man Gone Wild by Leif Reichstad. So CBS TV Studios optioned the article back in June of 2019. Dan Lagana will serve as a writer, showrunner, and executive producer under his overall deal at CBS Studios, with Paul Young executive producing via Make Good Content. But yeah, and Cage will also executive produce via Saturn Films, and it's gonna center around. I mean, we all know about Joe Exotic. His real name is Joe Shrevogel. He's the eccentric exotic zookeeper in Oklahoma who fights to keep his park even at the risk of losing his sanity. The series will live in the Lion's Den with Joe, explore how he became Joe Exotic and how he lost himself to a character of his own creation.
Funny story, I couldn't even get my wife to watch that show. She's from like the mountains of Virginia, so she doesn't like anything, well, that hits a little too close to home, and I mean that literally.
Here's the thing. Go ahead.
I'm happy about this casting. I was, this is going to sound a little odd. I was worried that they were going to cast somebody super like charming. And you really need to get that feel. Like Joe Exotic is a bad person. Like he is violent and horrible. And a lot of the things he did were super unethical. And so I was worried that they were going to cast Brad Pitt or something and make him into this hero. And I feel like the casting of Nicolas Cage, we can kind of see the person that he is.
I guess.
I think you just took a subtle jab at Nicolas Cage, and I'm not happy with that at all.
I think they should have cast David Spade because he basically played Joe Exotic in a movie called Joe Dirt about 15 years ago. It just looks exactly like him.
I did see a thing where I believe Joe Exotic was actually quoted in saying he would rather have David Spade play him than Nicolas Cage. But so here's a funny thing, though. This is not the first series based on Joe Exotic that is being produced, because there was another scripted series announced last year with Kate McKinnon attached to star to play that bitch Carol Baskins. And that was going to come from Universal Content Productions. They're still seeking a writer for that project, but we could possibly get 2 Joe Exotic Carol Baskin series going on. One with Nicolas Cage and one with Kate McKinnon. Which
she did
honestly,
kill her husband,
I love Kate McKinnon. And I would watch. I mean, I'm gonna watch both of these because I binged Tiger King in a day, and I need more.
I don't know. I want to see them do a fictional, like highly fictional whatever that doesn't have any risk of being sued for libel or anything like that. Like production, like like when Andy Samberg did the Justin Bieber story, but it wasn't. But it was like
Never Stop, Never Stopping.
yeah, something like that.
It's a great film.
I forgot about that movie.
It's a good movie. I have one other one in TV.
Go ahead.
So Twitch is trying to get on board with new content, which I don't know if they understand. You don't make content, you host it. There's a different anyway.
Seem to be a little confused.
Yeah, they're gonna fund a new reality program. It's a slate of new unscripted series. Take advantage of the fact that their numbers are bigger than ever. Live interactive programming, according to Bloomberg, that airs a few times per week. Preferably game shows, dating shows, sports, music, and talk. Many of the cornerstones of reality TV. Here's the whole interesting thing. They plan to spend $50,000 to $250,000 a week on the endeavor, 4 to 10 hours of stuff, and they are explicitly not looking for escape rooms. I don't know. I don't know.
That feels like some producer got stuck in an escape room and now just really hates them. And he's like, but not escape rooms.
Either that or everybody's trying to make escape room like pitches for reality TVs
and after something. The 612th, they were like, okay.
They're like,
right,
no escape rooms. But it does feel like a personal vendetta of sorts, and it caught my eye. But yeah, they're trying to fund new reality programming, whatever.
It's interesting.
Whatever that means. That's all I've got.
I got one more. So
I got one as well, but go ahead, Jason.
Okay, so I have backed a Kickstarter. Todd McFarlane, and I mentioned this on the show before, he started up a Kickstarter for some special edition Spawn figures, and we found out more about why he did it this way. Basically, he does have lines of figures that are in stores, but he could not get any of these stores to buy Spawn figures. They flat out refused. They said, we don't want them on the shelf. They're associated with a violent character, or they couldn't sell them. So Todd basically went to the fans. He said, I'm going to remake the first Spawn figure I ever put out, and here it is over here, and with the updated version. His initial asking goal was $100,000. That was 29 days ago. And I've got the stats up here right now because with 17 hours to go, his Kickstarter has raised $2,957,000. It is easily, and it's going up every second. It's going up. 20,000 backers. It's easily going to hit the 3 million mark, which also makes it the highest paid Kickstarter ever for a toy series ever presented on Kickstarter. So,
wow.
Todd McFarlane right now, because recently they had Toy Fair in February. Now, this is where people who make toys, they present them to the stores and the retailers. Here's what we're going to be offering. Buy our product to put it on your shelves this year. No one bought in on Spawn. And now Todd can go to them after this. This is the main thing. After this is all complete, which he offered a product, didn't have the product, nothing in hand, nothing on a shelf in a bubble that you pass by and go, hey, that looks cool. I'll buy that. Just a promise has made $3 million. I hope Todd just goes in there and throws his wallet on their desk and says, who wants to buy Spawn figures now? Hold up, let me bring up my bank account. Remember when you said these wouldn't sell? These wouldn't sell, right? Huh? And
so you want Todd McFarlane to Pretty Woman
Pretty much.
this
Yeah.
basically walk back in and be like, you should have helped
You
me
made a
with-"
mistake.
Yeah, like, and just storm out.
Basically, yeah. And also, it's been a great Kickstarter. Like, the first thing he did, once he, like, reached $1 million, he's like, all right, I'm lowering the price of these figures. Now, what was just going to be, like, I backed it at the highest level. I'm getting 3 figures and, like, alternate heads. That's all I was promised at first. There's going to be interchangeable hands, multiple weapons, energy effects, metal on the chains now. Metal on all the chains. It's super potent. The cape opens and closes. This thing, he has added like so many extras onto it, and I'm hoping that I get another one at the 3 million mark. I got a high bill to pay tomorrow when they come collecting for their money, but admittedly, he has been overwhelmed by the fans' response and has been wanting to give back, and he certainly has, with like more alternate heads, more hand effects, just free comic books they normally give out, or they normally sell it at the big Comic Cons in New York and San Diego. He's going to be giving them free autographs. So he's been very good to everybody as well. And clearly that has made people want to back the Kickstarter. Also, people finding this figure, which is going to be pretty much kind of what we're getting as far as articulation and size and everything, has made people, oh, this is kind of, let me go ahead and back that Kickstarter. So yeah, he's made it very accessible. And congratulations for a comic creator proving the corporate world wrong about
That is absolutely bonkers.
what us
I love
fans
it.
want. So kudos. I can't wait to get my stuff. It'll be, I think it says it'll be here in January. Or no,
Nice.
actually November of 2020. So that's actually not that far away. So kudos,
Nice.
Todd, and I hope more people buy your stuff and put it on the shelves now. So, anyway. All right, Rick, what have you got to close out the show?
I've got J.K. Rowling and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter surprised the world. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, with a video of Daniel Radcliffe reading the first chapter of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone here in the States.
Like he's not in the States.
So what they have announced is for, because everyone's still under quarantine and all this, or we're supposed to be under quarantine. They have announced that they're going to get several celebrities to read a chapter a week, or possibly more than one video a week, because the original book is 17 chapters. But Daniel Radcliffe started it off with reading the very first chapter, and they're also going to have Stephen Fry, David Beckham, Dakota Fanning, Claudia Kim, Noma Dumezweni, and Eddie Redmayne are some of the announced casts so far for reading of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You can find the video on YouTube. You can also go, if you have the app, which I do, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter app, you can also find it on there. And I think this is really cool. Getting, this is one of the most read books in the world. And I'm actually, you can also listen to this on Spotify. You can just, you don't have to watch the video of him reading it. You can also listen to it. And it took him about 25 minutes to get through the first chapter. So I'm actually very excited about this. I'm actually gonna listen to it, just because. I love Harry Potter. Who doesn't love Harry Potter? It's great. So, but yeah, if you are a Harry Potter fan, get in the Wizard World app or YouTube, Spotify. Just listen to Daniel Radcliffe read the first chapter, and then we'll see when the next one drops.
Cool. All right. Kat, you got a story you want to end us off with, right?
Yeah, it's about D&D. So, analysts have been praising the 5th edition for its slow rollout, right? Like the official material hasn't all dropped at the same time like they apparently did with previous editions,
Sure.
which was a barrier to entry for a lot of people. And they're making more efforts to partner with other content creators. Dungeon Masters Guild is a community content website made by D&D fans for D&D fans. It's kind of DLC style. You can pay for things, and fans create PDFs full of things that players and dungeon masters need. For instance, like homebrew spells that are balance tested and blah blah blah. I'm not gonna lie, I have one of these PDFs for villain names. It was just like a 99-cent villain names, and I was like, okay.
Is Unearthed Arcana part of that?
No, that was playtest.
It's playtest.
Yeah, so the offerings are for all sorts of games, epic to gritty, serious to silly, authors of official and unofficial material. Sometimes even authors of official material kind of playing around. The creators split the proceeds with Wizards of the Coast and Drive-Thru, who I think hosts them. Yeah, Drive-Thru RPG is the other company. So it's all official D&D, but not official D&D. From now until May 17th, Drive-Thru RPG with Wizards of the Coast started the Play It Forward program and are giving 100% of the proceeds to the creators. 100%. They're allowed to still use the D&D like logos and everything that they've been using. So if you're like me and you get some D&D content to help you out as a dungeon master, I'm going to look at it for like magic items to throw at you guys that aren't like OP or whatever, in addition to the ones that I've homebrewed.
Whenever we actually start our game.
Yeah, whenever we get to play.
Whenever we can be where the people are.
But now until May 17th, 100% of the proceeds, Dungeon Masters Guild, Wizards of the Coast, Fantasy Grounds are foregoing their usual percentage cut, so purchases during the event will benefit creators as much as possible. And in addition to that, there are other promotions, like 20% off anything older than 30 days, and et cetera, et cetera. So go check it out. The Storyteller's Vault is part of the same promotion. It's a community content site. You can find everything on Dungeon Masters Guild, dmsguild.com.
Cool.
Check it out.
That's awesome. Jason, stop looking at your guy. I saw you staring at him deep into those eyes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I miss playing D&D. Anyway, all right, guys.
Very soon, hopefully. And I've taken advantage of some of this time to prepare, so yeah,
Good.
wacky stuff incoming.
Give me play
My
time.
character's laid out.
Pretty well. Like,
She's
better than maybe they should be for a level 1 at this
she's gonna
point.
be intense.
Well, anyway, guys, that is our show. Thank you for joining us out there. And make sure you check out the links to all the stuff below in the description. And, of course, go and like our pages, facebook.com/SCNS Live and at SCNS Live on Instagram and Twitter. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JasonTheX. Cat and Cass, where can I find you?
You can find me at BetterCat on Instagram and at Doa Drawings or at BetterCat on Twitter.
You can find me on Instagram at the Good Cast or the Bad Cast, depending on what quality of photos you enjoy. The last thing that I posted on the Bad Cast was a picture of me straight up bawling my eyes out. That was for our last video, which was Dinner Party.
Yeah, that video.
Go and check that on YouTube. Go ahead and check that out on YouTube.
I liked your guest stars.
There's a wonderful impression of Jason.
It's not an impression.
You can also find me on Twitter at The Good Cast, where I'm currently complaining about how hard Hollow Knight is and live tweeting through some TV shows.
Rick?
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. I'm doing the 366-day challenge. Today was day 128, I believe. I posted a picture. I've been collecting Harry Potter Lego sets, and I was missing one that no one had. And lo and behold, after work today, I went into the store because we finally opened up again on Monday. I wore a mask. I was safe about it. And lo and behold, we had the one I was missing. So I bought it because it was on closeout sale, so I got it cheaper than it actually was. So woohoo!
Success.
So you can find me on Instagram there and doing the 366 day challenge. Shout out to my friend Roz, making a Marco cosplay from the Lost Boys, and it's gonna be very, very, very hard to do because his whole jacket's nothing but patches.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We will see you next week. There is a new episode of Alternate Heads and some toy reviews on the channel. Please go enjoy those. You'll see them in the links following this. But until then, guys, I forgot what I was gonna. I forgot my.
What are we doing? What's happening, Jason?
No. I said nothing. As we always say around here, keep on nerding.
Keep on
I'm
nerding.
just gonna end the show.
We said something. We're not sure what it
I don't
is.
know. I forgot. I'm
Something about hope.
drunk.
Something about hope.
Nerds are going.